Welcome back to another Spirit Island video. In this video, we're going to be continuing our series on Is This Spirit For You? This time focusing on one of my favorite spirits, Stone's Unyielding Defiance. Now, this is one of the spirits that started my channel over a year and a half ago, so I'm excited to finally talk about it once again. So the setup, 2 presents on your starting board, 1 in the lowest mountain without Dahan, and 1 in the adjacent land that has Blight or Sands. The playstyle states, it says that the Innates require being where invaders are, particularly in the worst, most overrun lands, so it can mitigate incoming blight and eventually destroy the invaders with their own ravages. It is best with the patience to build up a position over time and the temperature to hold some energy in reserve so it can take advantage of its left innate. It is a moderate complex spirit, extremely high offense, low control, low fear, lots of defense, a little bit of utility, and it is a Badlands user. I think all of these bars are pretty accurate. Yeah, I don't think I would adjust any of them outside of maybe the control is probably a little bit too high, but it does have Dahan movement and it does have an ability to push a town, so those do factor as control powers. Flipping the spirit board over, we have 2 special rules. We have the first one, it says when Blight is added to one of your lands, unless the Blight then outnumbers your presence, it does not cascade or destroy your presence or others. This special rule means that you can grow into blighted lands and not have to worry about your presence being destroyed by blight. In addition, it has this second special rule that says whenever you uncover these top spots that have that little symbol, you gain a free minor card. Stone is a 1/1/1, which means it's always placing presence on any of its growth options. You have a Reclaim and a 2 Earth spot, which hyper accelerates both of your Innates. You have an Energy spot, and you have a Power card spot. Looking at our tracks, we end at 6. This says 2, but really it's 6/5 because we have these extra card plays, which is insane. 5 card plays is nuts. Now, we're rarely going to reach 5 card plays. Usually the games will be 6/4, which, as you guys know, is very strong. Unfortunately for Stone, you really only want to be playing top track. Like bottom track will work into adversaries, but there's so much power tied into the top track. I don't really want to dive too much into it this game or in this video because I have a complete Stone strategy guide, and if you guys are interested about it, give those videos a look. Looking at the 2 innates, we have a left innate and a right innate. The left innate says you're going to target yourself. When Blight is added to one of your lands, you may pay 2 energy per Blight to take it from the box instead of the Blight card. At 4 Earth, the cost is now 1 energy. And then if you have 6 Earth and 1 plant in event and Blight cards that directly destroy presence, you may pay the energy, 1 energy, to prevent that destruction. These 2 tiers are absolutely essential to controlling the Blight, essentially creating magical Blight in lands with your presence that are ravaging. And the right innate, it says it's a 0 range, fast power. It says after invaders deal 1 or more damage to target land, 2 damage. You have the second threshold. It says also deal half of the damage the invaders did to the land rounded up. And if you have the threshold, you get to repeat these first 2 tiers. Now, this innate here is going to be scaling with the invaders in that land, and that's why this innate is so powerful. It's essentially a cast down that's built into an innate. Now, it's only going to cast down a single land, and that's assuming if you hit both of the if you hit the max tier, right? It's only doing half of the damage, but Badlands can increase the damage, which can allow the second tier to almost always kill invaders or completely clear a land from having invaders. Looking at our power cards here, we have Jagged Shards, which is a 0 energy, Fire, Earth, 1 range, slow power. It adds Badlands and pushes Dahan. Stubborn Solidity, it's a 1 energy, fast power. Sun, Earth, Animal, 1 range, defend 1 per Dahan. And Dahan and target land cannot be changed. We have Plow, Shatter on Rocky Ground, 2 energy, slow power, Earth. 1 range, 1 damage to each building, push up to 1 town, or destroy a town. And finally, Scarred and Stony Land, 2 energy, slow, Moon, Earth, Sacred Site, 1 range, targeting a blighted land, 2 damage, add a blight, remove a blight, and that blight that gets removed gets put back in your bag. It doesn't go back onto the card. Ideally, you want to be pushing to hand with this card, defending it with this card, and then I usually forget Plows, and then this is your get out of jail card. It removes Blight. So, is this spirit for you? Stone is very defensive. You're going to be very limited in where you place your presence, and wherever you place your presence, that is where, or that is going to be the land that you can control with that left innate. Because your reclaim and your G2 are, or your reclaim and your G3 are a little bit restricted, it's going to be very challenging for you to grow onto other boards. But once you're in a land and you've built up presence, you can very easily negate the invaders' ravages. So stone, very defensive, and you're also going to be doing a ton of offense with that right innate as the game goes longer. This isn't a spirit that is fast control. You're not going to be able to create pockets. You're not going to be able to shift invaders around. Pretty much you're going to establish yourself into certain lands, and then you're going to defend those lands. And that's basically my playstyle. I try to pick spirits that do that. We have roots, green, all of that. Many Minds. Well, Many Minds is a little bit different, but I like that very defensive bunker up strategy. This is another spirit that is going to reward you heavily for drafting. I know I talked about going along top track, but you're going to be getting 3 free miners just by uncovering spots from your top track. So knowing how to draft, when to play on element and when to play off element is going to be critical to your success while playing the spirit. This is a spirit that can play minors, it can play majors, it can do anything that you want it to do, which is why it is one of the best spirits in the game. If you like this video, like, subscribe for more content. I will see you guys in the next video.